So how many acres is this?
So this is 73 acres. And then we have another 80 acres that we rent out for a friend who grazes cattle on it. And then we have another half section. Those are about half an hour away.
So how many horses do you have?
Well, being a horse crazy woman, every horse crazy woman will understand this answer, which is that some of them don't count, Robbie, because, you know, some of them I've had since they were born and they will be here until the end. Some of them are my broodmares. So I think right now there's 11.
11 horses. So are you passionate about horses?
It is the grand love of my life.
What makes horsewomen so different?
Well, I think a lot of people who become partners with horsewomen realize very early on the priorities in their life. And
who are these two?
So this is my great 3-year-old colt Major, and he just started some saddle training out by Redwater. This is a mare named Citation. Yes, and she likes to nod for treats. These are Arabians.
Yeah.
And of course, the vast majority of my neighbors and people around here, they have quarter horses. And so there's always good natured joshing back and forth.
Yeah.
But you know, I was a little kid and I didn't grow up in a horse family. I just had this innate horse crazy passion and started riding lessons at a place that happened to have Arabians right outside of Bruderheim near the industrial highway. And I got stuck on them. There, they've got great endurance.
Who are these guys?
So these are mares.
Yeah.
So this is Ecstasy.
Hello, Ecstasy.
And she's a big, moving, bold boss mare.
Yeah.
So she's
they love you. They do. Like they just love you.
Oh, okay, you're a doll. Actually, you're a big baby doll, even though you're a big baby boss. So this is Raharis.
Hello, Raharis.
And she's also a broodmare.
Okay, who are these guys?
Now these guys, okay, so she's in a little bit of a state. This is actually, she was born the same year as that Major, and she's his half sister. So they both have the same dad.
Yeah.
You can see she's going to be a little bit of a smaller mare. Oh, and she's also wants to be the boss, so she's pinning her ears at this guy.
Okay.
So she's a little 3-year-old filly who's I'm just letting her take some time to grow up. I think she's gonna be a little bit slower to mature physically and mentally, so she's just hanging out and getting strong. She's been, okay, and so this is the unicorn, Robbie.
Yeah.
This is El Campo, and he is the most gentle unicorn you'll ever meet. He's supposed to serve as the calming uncle to the babies, but generally he gets more concerned than the babies do, so he is not great at that job. And when Shane proposed to me, he surprised me on a road trip, took me to a farm that I never dreamed I would ever be able to visit my whole life. We went there and he gave me him and proposed. So this is the kind where when people say, how many horses do you have? Sometimes I knock him off list because it doesn't count, because he's just gonna live here forever, you know what I mean? So this is Reba. And her sire is a stallion in the United States called Nashville A, and her mom is Raharis. And this guy we call Tex, he's gonna be called Excelsior. His sire is in the US named GM Targaryen, and his mom is Ecstasy.
Targaryen, so that's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out a dragon name.
Yeah.
But yeah. And he's a really gigantic guy.
So do they get bigger yet, or?
Oh yes, these guys are just yearlings.
What?
Yeah, and so you know what? When he grows up, that gray mare she's pretty big for an Arabian. She's on the big side, and he will easily be taller than her. These two have been really good buddies since.
Yeah, they get along good.
Yeah. And she's trying to take over the role as the boss mare. So she's figuring all that out with everybody. So the one on the left is, I don't say this out loud around the mall, but the daughter of my favorite mare. And I bred this mare to the same stallion 3 times, begged her for a filly with 4 white socks.
Yeah.
And she gave me exactly what I asked. We call her Princess. She'll be called Valentina Mac.
Do they pair like in twos a little bit, or?
Yeah, often they will like find some, a buddy that they get along with particularly well or whatever. And then this little one,
Hello.
she belongs to the man. She's the daughter of Madonna, that older mare. You see her, she's got the best eyes of everybody here. She's about 5 months younger than everyone, but she also thinks she should be the boss, so she's somehow managed to become like second in command. And she's just the cutest little thing, so I did say to her dad that if she just happened to stay here forever, that's okay too.
Do they eat a lot?
If you would ask my husband, they're hay burners.
Yeah. Carry on.
So, but you know what? They have lots of places to graze, big pastures for them, and so really the cost, like everybody facing these costs, is just the hay over winter and sometimes extra feed, especially for the youngsters, as they're growing up.
As they go, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen horses this calm. Like they're so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like they're very. You can tell they're very well cared for.
Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah.
I used to ride 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Before I got elected. And then in my first term, I was able to ride about 4 times. So the way that we enable my horse love is just doing a little bit of the small breeding, and I've accepted the fact that I probably can't be an active rider right now in this role. Yeah.
You travel a lot. You have to spend a lot of time in Ottawa.
Yeah.
How do you manage this place, and then with your husband being in Edmonton, how do you manage all that?
It takes a village and is an ongoing challenge that even now, I can't believe this, but heading into the 10th year, we really don't totally have figured out yet. But
It's a constant.
constant challenge. There's a combination of neighbors and our family members who are close, and I'm always on the lookout for horse crazy people in the area who will.
That will help or whatever.
Yes.